What are those? What are those? What are those? Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Tafari, aka the Cause of Death. And I still want to talk about the gravitational waves, man. Like, this shit has been freaking me out, man. I had to do some research on Einstein. Had to learn. But I don't know. I really want to explain it in a better way than it's been explained. Even though, I know that I'm not going to be able to do that. There's been some really good explanations, but narrow it down and say it in some terms that are more regular. But so gravitational waves, right? Two black holes somewhere in space, like 1 billion years ago, collided, right? And when they collided, they created a ripple in space-time, which is space. Fuck it, we're just gonna say it's space. And so the ripple in space, we have some facilities, multiple facilities, I guess, supposedly. According to Neil deGrasse Tyson, there's more than two. Although I'm pretty sure my research, maybe there's just two LIGO centers, and maybe there's other centers actually trying to measure this shit that are just not name brand. Like those, I don't know. Those are like the mega blocks of that world. But anyway, so we have these devices that listen for the how do you call it, the gravitational wave. And so the significance of the gravitational wave is that we notice that when the gravitational wave passes through Earth, right? We have Earth. My girlfriend hates when I say Earth. Earth is nothing. Earth. But yeah, anyway, so when the gravitational waves pass through Earth, it seems like it pushes and contracts us. It kind of squeezes the Earth, vibrates it a little bit, like a very little bit, but it's quantitative. So we can feel that. Or not feel that, but we can measure that, and that's what LIGO does. Not only do they listen in, but I guess they have these like mirrors that like face each other, and they're like super calibrated, and they're the best like seismic detectors in the world, and they use them to also listen for these gravitational waves. And it's a big deal because Einstein predicted this in his theories, and in order for his theories to be right, these had to be a thing. And we already believed his theories for the most part anyway, so finding this, it's still a big deal, but it's not like anybody was going to be like, Einstein's a liar, you know what I mean? Like, or he's a fraud or something. But it is amazing that, he discovered this not discovered, but realized this right back in like 1915. And what's crazy about Einstein is like when he first wrote his like crazy papers on I think it was his papers on relativity. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't even a real scientist at that point. I'm pretty sure he was still working at the patent office, and he was exposed to a lot of ideas, and I feel like that might have warped his mind, and for the better. Really interesting dude. He married his cousin, and I don't know. I just think that's crazy. But maybe back then it wasn't that big a deal. And she looked like Penguin's mom. She really did. Like Penguin's mom on Gotham. She looked just like her. But which she looks like him anyway. So anyway, yeah, so the interesting thing is that when they measured the distance between the two mirrors in their facilities, supposedly they were both off by a fraction of a nucleus. So that's like the smallest, I guess it's like the smallest measurement ever measured, like ever, but it was measurable somehow. Yeah, I guess because the two devices read the same number of a difference. So let me run it back because it might be confusing. So technically, when this gravitational wave passed through the fucking Earth, it created it shortened the distance between two objects for a fraction of a second. So it made the Earth smaller for a fraction of a second, I would assume, right? It wouldn't just be that area, that spot. So pretty much, who knows? This could be the start of like being able to shrink things, like let's just start guessing, because just like Neil deGrasse Tyson had said, we can't guess what we can make out of these discoveries, but there's probably something, I heard a theory, I believe this was from Neil deGrasse Tyson, that maybe we could use gravity waves to, map caves. We already use sound waves to map things. What if we could use gravitational waves? Because whereas like sound, I guess, can't get into certain places, gravitational waves have no boundaries. They can go anywhere. So maybe we can utilize these being able to replicate the waves and knowing exactly what frequency or whatever they come in through. Maybe we can manipulate them and use them to do certain things. Maybe we can, who knows, like maybe we can make like gravity guns. It seems like science always finds a way to use their newest science to kill people. Einstein didn't even like that. In the documentary that I watched, when I believe they started using some chemical weapons, one of his best friends made a chemical weapon for like the government or some shit, and Einstein wrote a dissertation or some shit like, yo, I'm not feeling you using our gifts for evil and shit, and he's like, man, whatever, dude. And no one even cared. Like, it was like the world wanted there to just be death or something, or I don't know. It's hard to say what the old world was like, but you guys take it easy. I'm the cause of death.